You don't need a pill of good night's sleep. You want to make sure your investments are safe. That's where you get the good night's sleep. And that's what you get here at Phil's Gang with our technology. It's built in to show you when your stock is ready to fail, when your stock is ready to rally. That's right, it follows the money. You don't need a pillow, you need Phil's Gang. That's how you get a good night's sleep. You'll always know well in advance if the market's going to collapse or your stock. Join my gang, philsgang.com. For more information, just go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-GANG. We will see you on the charts.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-4264, 877-600-4264, 877-600-4264.
As a mother, you don't want to have to worry about this bill is coming, but then she needs this chemo. That's a decision you shouldn't have to make.
At St. Jude, a family never sees a bill at all. It's like the world has been lifted off of your shoulders.
The treatment doesn't get any better than what you receive at St. Jude. It saved my life. It saved my daughter's life. It saved our family.
St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Finding cures. Saving children. Learn more at stjude.org.
To many, the stock market is shrouded in mystery. When do I buy? What is the stop loss? Should I invest on earnings? Is it time to sell? At Phil's Gang, we want to clear the investing fog for you. We want to make you an educated, confident investor and ultimately a profitable investor. For over 15 years, Phil Grandy and the Phil's Gang team have been dedicated to teaching, guiding, and answering your investment questions. And with our new Phil's Gang website and customer support messaging system, we are available when you need us to answer your questions. philsgang.com can be accessed from your home, office, or any location where internet is available. Plus, you never miss a beat because all material is archived. From beginner to seasoned investor, Phil Grandy has been helping thousands of people learn about the stock market and producing smart investing strategies. Whether you're preparing for retirement or looking to secure your financial future, learn, invest, and profit with Phil's Gang. That's philsgang.com. For more information, call 877-600-GANG, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
It's pretty amazing when you consider that 7 years ago, we didn't have the treatments we have now. We cure 80% of children with cancer. Go back 50 years, we were curing 20 to 30%. This is the miracle story of modern medicine. We understand what makes this cancer tick. And of course, without donors from around the world, this just couldn't happen. There's one thing we're focused on, and that's beating this thing.
St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Finding cures. Saving children. Learn more at stjude.org.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. We're offering the most powerful stock charts available on the market. The Max Vest 1000 charts. Now, the difference between these charts and all the other charts is this follows the money. Yes, it gives you a buy-sell signal. I know you're going to say, well, they all do. No, not true. The difference with the Max Vest is they follow the important money. The hedge funds, the biggest banks, the 401ks, the pension fund managers. That's the big difference. They're not following the emotion. That's what most charts do. They follow the money. That's what Max Vest does, follows the money. Check it out. Join my gang, philsgang.com. Oh, and the chart is low as $19.95 a month. For more information, just go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-GANG. We will see you on the charts.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-4264, 877-600-4264, 877-600-4264. If you're a Phil's Gang member or a fan of the Phil's Gang show, then you need the all-new Phil's Gang hat. Now available in a variety of colors and cool comfort styles for only $25. You can show your Phil's Gang pride with the stylish Are You Nuts hat or Phil's Gang logo hat. Don't wait. Go to philsgang.com and click on the shopping cart icon to order your hat today or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264, 877-600-4264.
As a mother, you don't want to have to worry about this bill is coming, but then she needs this chemo. That's a decision you shouldn't have to make.
El que St. Jude no cobra ni un centavo para nosotros significa quitarnos todo ese estrés, esa preocupación y podernos enfocar en nuestra hija.
That was the first thing I was like, how are we going to do this? When St. Jude told us that we didn't have to pay a single bill, I was like, wow. They pretty much have saved us.
It's like the world has been lifted off of your shoulders, and now your focus is supporting this child.
There is not another hospital like St. Jude. The patient care is unmatchable. It saved my life. It saved my daughter's life. It saved our family.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. You know, there's nothing worse than you're investing in a stock and during the day something happens and you don't know what to do. You don't know who to call. Or you call somebody and they just give you a bunch of BS. Not here at Phil's Gang. We value every gang member. During the day, you got a question about your stock, you contact us. We have the best service in the world. philsgang.com. You're not alone. You're a gang member.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call. That's 877-600-4264. The stocks discussed on Phil's Gang are not in any way a recommendation or solicitation to buy, sell, or hold. If considering acting on information presented, we first recommend you seek out a competent, licensed professional for advice. Get ready for the radio show that tells you what Wall Street doesn't want you to know.
Oh, I'm a money magnet. Money, money, money's coming to me. Money sets me free. I'm a money magnet. Money, 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 money's coming to me.
It's your daily dose of how to manage your money. And it's time for Phil's Gang on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. With your host, Phil Grandy.
The bill before us will certainly do some good. It will authorize some badly needed funding for better fences and better security along our borders, and that should help stem some of the tide of illegal immigration.
Wait, that's Obama, isn't it? Isn't that him talking about the wall and fencing and protecting? In 2006, boy, how things have changed. Welcome to Phil's Gang, coast to coast around the country, off the Wall Street Radio Network. Well, tonight, we're going to have the big speech. President Trump is going to tell the nation what he's doing, what he's thinking. It's going to be very interesting tomorrow to see if the market rallies. If it doesn't rally, be prepared for a pretty good sell-off in the market. Matter of fact, we're starting to see now, ever since he announced that they're going to have to do health care first before they do the tax cuts, where the market, all of a sudden, the air came out of the sail, I should say. People were disappointed when they heard that. They said, are you kidding? We're going to do Obamacare first? We got to claw that back? We got to change that? Well, that means you got to work with the Democrats on the other side, and they hate you. In fact, half the Republicans hate you. So this is the thing he can't do with a pen and a phone, like he's doing his first 100 days. So this is not good. So this means there's going to be a big disappointment. And what most people, and the people on TV, they're not telling you, these guys on these financial shows aren't telling you, and I've been saying it all along, the real problem is going to come, I think it's March 15th, when they start talking about they got to raise the debt ceiling. So he wants to put his $1 trillion into infrastructure. He wants to borrow again $50 billion to build a military and all the other things he's going to do. He can't borrow it, not unless they raise the debt ceiling. So now he's got two problems. He's going to be fighting the same people who are slowing down his choices for his cabinet. They're delaying it. These are the same people he's going to be facing when trying to get the debt ceiling approved. So this could take time. Now, on top of that, to start and unravel health care, Obamacare, to try to fix it, to try to repeal it, it is so screwed up. It's like putting in a box 100 Rubik's Cubes, try to figure them all out in 2 minutes. It's a mess. So that means there's going to be a huge delay before we get to the tax cuts. It'll probably be a year and a half. People don't have patience for that. See, this is what companies have been looking for. They want these tax cuts now. Yes, when he finally gets the tax cuts, he promised that they'll go all the way back to the first day he entered office, but that's not going to help. So the problem is that these CEOs who have been making a fortune buying their own stock, borrowing money at low rates to buy their own stock, why would they not continue? That keeps pushing up their wealth. They get very wealthy because their compensation is tied to the stock value, to the stock price. So they're thinking, wait a minute, I'm just going to go back and do stock buybacks. I'm not going to invest money back into infrastructure. I'm not going to, into capital investment in my companies. Why would I invest in my company when I don't have the tax cuts yet? Yes, I understand they'll go all the way back to the beginning once we get them. But no, that's not going to help me. I think I'll go back to doing my stock buybacks. Now, if that happens, and it may happen, that's going to be very bad because that means we continue on this big bubble. Now, it's okay because as long as you know when to get out, you got to ride this bubble. It's very profitable. It's only the people who are not getting back in the market who decide, no, I don't care. I just don't want to get back in the market. In fact, 25% of the retail stock buyer, he left the stock market and never came back. Even when he saw a 238% rally since 2009, he didn't come back. Even though he saw the 12% Trump rally, he did not come back because he's scared to death. These rallies don't impress him anymore because the one thing that the retail investor has learned, anybody can make money in the stock market because the stock market, 73% of the time, it goes up. You got better odds in the stock market than you do in Vegas. It goes up. It's never been the problem making money. It's been the problem getting out. And the problem is if you rely on your planners, you rely on your money managers, they're not going to let you out. Why would they? It's against their own benefit. Remember, they make money on the size of the fund. And letting you out and 10 others and 100 others and 500 others, they make less money. So they keep you in. So the experience with the retail investors say, yeah, I made a lot of money in the stock market. I made a lot of money in my 401k. I only gave it back. So I don't care the stock market went up 238%. I don't care Trump went up 12% in the last couple of months. I don't care since Election Day. I don't care. And by the way, they keep talking about the 12%. Like this is fantastic. 12% since Election Day? That's not much of a move. Because, see, not everybody believes in these programs. See, a lot of people, a lot of big investors are thinking this is not going to happen. This is not going to happen. Because, first of all, they don't understand that the government, when they start offering to investors treasury, so the government's got to borrow, let's say, $2 trillion to do the roads and all the other things they're going to do. They're going to start offering to pay for it. They're going to start offering to investors, hey, why don't you buy my $2 trillion in debt, buy treasuries from me. I'll give you 2.5%, 3%. So investors start buying treasuries, but that money doesn't go back into small businesses. Now, as that money, the government ends up elbowing out of the money line the small business. Hey, get out of my way. Because once the government starts offering to the investor, hey, come on, I'll sell you my treasuries. You'll make 2.5% not doing anything. It's guaranteed. Then that money doesn't get to Main Street. And worse, as they start pushing up the interest rates on these treasuries to attract investors to loan the government the money, now a person goes to the bank, and I'm a businessman and I want to borrow to add an addition on my factory. The interest rates are up, so I'm not going to do it. So it's a tough deal because you got to get the economy growing fast. What Trump is doing is great, but the problem is, can he get the economy to grow quickly to 4%, 5%, or even 3.5% to 4%? Can he get it quick enough so that he can absorb all this? If he doesn't, that means he's borrowing all this money. The money's not going into the economy. And by the way, all the stock market, we keep hearing every day how they built $3 trillion. They gained $3 trillion in the stock market value. So the Trump rally, $3 trillion. But wait a minute. It doesn't go into the economy. We talked about this yesterday. And Trump's making a big mistake. Remember when he said this?
Take a look at what's going on with the stock market. Trillions of dollars of value have been created since I won the election. I mean, trillions. And
but wait a minute. He just tied himself to the stock market. Huge mistake. Remember this when he was running?
we are in a big, fat, ugly bubble, and we better be awfully careful.
Wait a minute. What's he saying now, though?
Take a look at what's going on with the stock market. Trillions of dollars of value have been created since I won the election.
Wow. But guess what? The trillion never makes it to Main Street. Never made it to Main Street. Talk more about that when we get back.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. philsgang.com. What are people saying?
I've been in the financial business myself about 24 years. Very much enjoy the software program for the charts.
I love the new MV charts on Phil's software, and I'm making profits using them.
Complete guidance and professional education for investors who want to succeed in the stock market.
I love your new MV1, making lots of profits.
I love the chart. You know, I'm limited with time. Real good as far as just looking at whatever ticker tells me right away.
I've always enjoyed Phil's straightforwardness and talk about what's really going on.
The new MV1 and MV2 charting software. I particularly like the pre- and post-market candlesticks.
You guys have always been great on the service side. I can't say enough about the service side.
Don't wait. Sign up for Phil's Gang today. Give us a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. philsgang.com. What are people saying?
Hi, this is Ron from Washington State, and I subscribe to the Phil's Gang MV2, and I just wanted to let Phil know that right after the election, I made a $7,000 profit using the MV2 on Wells Fargo stock.
Complete guidance and professional education for investors who want to succeed in the stock market.
I've been in the financial business myself about 24 years, and very much enjoy the software program for the charts.
I've been a long-time Phil subscriber, and I just want to recommend it to anybody out there. I think it's a wonderful tool and works very, very well.
Don't wait. For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
Hi, my name is Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. You know the stock market goes up 72% of the time? Then why is it that the retail customer, 80% of the time, have lost money? Because they don't know when to get out. And that's why I'm providing a product called my MV2 chart that solves that problem. It's always about when do I get out? That problem has been solved. Check it out, my MV2 chart. Don't miss it.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. philsgang.com. What are people saying?
Hi, this is Ron from Washington State, and I subscribe to the Phil's Gang MV2, and I just wanted to let Phil know that right after the election, I made a $7,000 profit using the MV2 on Wells Fargo stock.
Complete guidance and professional education for investors who want to succeed in the stock market.
I've been in the financial business myself about 24 years, and very much enjoy the software program for the charts.
I've been a long-time Phil subscriber, and I just want to recommend it to anybody out there. I think it's a wonderful tool and works very, very well.
Don't wait. For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
As a mother, you don't want to have to worry about this bill is coming, but then she needs this chemo. That's a decision you shouldn't have to make.
At St. Jude, a family never sees a bill at all. It's like the world has been lifted off of your shoulders.
The treatment doesn't get any better than what you receive at St. Jude. It saved my life. It saved my daughter's life. It saved our family.
St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Finding cures. Saving children. Learn more at stjude.org.
Phil Grandy is a career businessman who has also been an entrepreneur all his life. He has used his business skills to take companies on the abyss of bankruptcy and bringing them back to profitability. Phil has been honored by Inc. magazine for the 500 fastest growing privately held companies and has been recognized with the prestigious Entrepreneur of the Year award. From the real estate to gas and oil industries to the stock market, Phil Grandy has mastered his line of business from start to finish. And with a passion and desire to make you a profitable investor, only Phil teaches you and guides you to make informed, unemotional investment decisions. And you'll gain the knowledge of what Wall Street doesn't want you to know. If you want to learn from the best and strengthen your ability to invest, then turn to Phil Grandy and philsgang.com. Simply call Phil's Gang at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Or go to philsgang.com. Welcome back. Are you a fan of the Phil's Gang radio show? Then you should check out philsgang.com or give them a call, 877-600-4264.
President Trump engaged in a bait and switch agenda.
A system where we're going to work with your employers to lower your premiums by up to $2,500 per family per year.
We have to pass the bill so that you can find out what is in it.
If you like your doctor, you will be able to keep your doctor, period. If you like your health care plan, you will be able to keep your health care plan, period.
Period. Can you imagine the nerve of Nancy Pelosi coming out and saying that Trump is a bait and switch? That's what he's done. Can you imagine that, having the nerve to do that? When Obama created the biggest bait and switch ever in history of this country? Are you kidding? It's amazing. And then she says how Trump hasn't created any jobs.
40 days after his inauguration, President Trump and the Republican Congress will have not lifted a finger to create jobs.
What a lie. Wait a minute. Kroger. They're going to create 10,000 permanent positions this year because of Trump. IBM announced it'll be hiring an additional 25,000 workers in the United States that otherwise would have been going overseas. Foxconn is considering setting up a $7 billion plant in the United States that would create 30,000 to 50,000 jobs. Amazon, which by the way, it's Yahoo, isn't it? No, Amazon. Amazon. By the way, if you're finding difficulty with your website right now, Amazon, their web hosting services that are the most widely used all over the country, down. And so their servers are down. And when they go down, it affects almost everybody. It affects everybody. So if you're having trouble, just know that it's Amazon, and they're so huge. When they have a problem, everything is always is interconnected. It's a domino effect. It's interconnected to other servers, and another server, and this server, and that server, and it's a big mess out there. So if you're not getting your service, that's what it is, okay? So if you're finding it difficult, can't get what you need, that's the problem. Okay, but isn't that insulting? How about Walmart? It's going to add 10,000 retail jobs in the United States. They're going to go overseas. These guys just lie. They just love to lie. Bait and switch, she said? Obama and Pelosi were the biggest baiters and switchers of everybody. Unbelievable. I mean, just like Tom Perez. He's the guy, okay, that's taken over the DNC. Now, to most of us, we're not in politics. We don't even know what it means. We could care less. But it's important. The DNC, these are the guys that affect the fundraising for the Democratic Party. This guy was the worst labor secretary he ever had. Terrible what he did. That's why you didn't see wages going up. That's why you didn't see overtime. It was because of Perez. And that's Obama's buddy. And he made sure Perez got Perez got the job, got the head of the DNC. What a terrible thing. Listen to this guy. Listen to him.
Joe, I mean, I grew up in Buffalo, New York. Right. You know, when my dad died, my surrogate father was a Teamster. I learned that when unions succeed, America succeeds.
Really? That's why GM went down. That's why GM went broke. Are you kidding? Chrysler went broke. Are you kidding? Listen, unions had their day. Unions were a great thing going back in the 50s and the 60s. Great thing. Because unions, if you quit high school, you could go down to a plant and you got a job. You could start that day. And you were making enough money that you could have your house with a picket fence, you could have your car, you could send your kid to school, with no education at all. They were terrific back then. But the world changed. The world changed. We have a global market now. When you had a union is when you had companies that are manufacturing goods and just selling goods here in the United States. And companies were taking advantage of labor. No question about it. Taking terrible advantage of labor. Awful. They went through that whole cycle where unions were good. But then unions went nuts. Everybody wanted to live like the boss, but didn't want to work like the boss. That's right. They wanted the same wage as the boss, but they weren't going to take the risk, and they weren't going to work weekends. They weren't going to work nights, but they wanted the same. And then after a while, they wanted more and more and more. I mean, my God, GM was at a point, cold. You could go home for 3 weeks, 4 weeks, and it'd be paid. It was just, it was the unions. This guy's such an idiot. It was the unions, much of the unions, why we started to ship all the jobs overseas. That was one of the causes. Because the unions were asking for bigger and bigger pensions. Bigger and bigger pensions. Bigger and bigger retirement packages. And they couldn't, the companies couldn't compete with the companies in Japan and China. They couldn't make anything. So finally they said, look, you unions are getting so greedy now. They flipped. They went 180 degrees. It was a great thing, the unions, that it became the worst thing for this country. And they shipped all their jobs overseas. You'll never get the unions back. This is where this guy's heading. You know what he said today? He says, my job is to tell everybody how bad Trump is. No, that's not your job. Your job is to come out and say what better ideas the Democrat Party has, why we should vote for you instead of the Republican Party. You should be coming up with ideas, not sitting there and smashing Trump every day and getting your money from George Soros to smash him. This is unbelievable. This is unbelievable, this guy. They couldn't have picked a better guy for the Republicans than this guy right here. This guy's unbelievable. But we got a problem. What Trump is doing may not work. And we could go into the biggest recession ever. That's right. And people don't realize that. And right now we have a severe problem. Because we got such a retirement crisis, it's unbelievable. And he's got to address this quickly. The 401ks are a total failure. We'll be right back after this break.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. philsgang.com. What are people saying?
I've been in the financial business myself about 24 years. Very much enjoy the software program for the charts.
I love the new MV charts on Phil's software, and I'm making profits using them.
Complete guidance and professional education for investors who want to succeed in the stock market.
I love your new MV1, making lots of profits.
I love the chart. You know, I'm limited with time. Real good as far as just looking at whatever ticker tells me right away.
I've always enjoyed Phil's straightforwardness and talk about what's really going on.
The new MV1 and MV2 charting software. I particularly like the pre- and post-market candlesticks.
You guys have always been great on the service side. I can't say enough about the service side.
Don't wait. Sign up for Phil's Gang today. Give us a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Here comes a new president, new beginnings, and new hopes, which can also bring volatile times. Many investors get spooked and begin to question their investments. But the thing to realize is that market volatility is inevitable, and it's a great opportunity to get in the stock market. No one at philsgang.com will tell you when the market correction is coming, and we will not promise you you're going to get rich, but we will guarantee you a good night's sleep. At philsgang.com, our number one goal is to inform investors who want to learn and invest in the stock market. We provide daily investment teaching strategies and the analysis of charting the stock market. You are informed around the clock with market webinars, market updates, working investor programs, and financial updates throughout the day. Plus, you'll enjoy the Phil's Gang customer service. Be prepared for market volatility and make profits with philsgang.com. For more information, go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. 877-600-4264.
Hi, my name is Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. You know the stock market goes up 72% of the time? Then why is it that the retail customer, 80% of the time, have lost money? Because they don't know when to get out. And that's why I'm providing a product called my MV2 chart that solves that problem. It's always about when do I get out? That problem has been solved. Check it out, my MV2 chart. Don't miss it.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264.
As a mother, you don't want to have to worry about this bill is coming, but then she needs this chemo. That's a decision you shouldn't have to make.
El que San Jude no cobra ni un centavo para nosotros significa quitarnos todo ese estrés, esa preocupación y podernos enfocar en nuestra hija.
That was the first thing I was like, how are we going to do this? When St. Jude told us that we didn't have to pay a single bill, I was like, wow. They pretty much have saved us.
It's like the world has been lifted off of your shoulders, and now your focus is supporting this child.
There is not another hospital like St. Jude. The patient care is unmatchable. It saved my life. It saved my daughter's life. It saved our family.
Are you ready to get serious about your financial future? You know, reduce your debt, pay off those student loans, and prepare for retirement. Taking control of your finances can be intimidating, but with philsgang.com, you will be educated and guided to make smart investment decisions in the stock market. If the market is up or down, philsgang.com is the only source where you'll learn how to trade stocks and how to invest in the stock market using professional-level skills and strategies. For more information, go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
Let me ask you, could you use a little extra money? Well, of course you could. Everybody could use that extra revenue to pay the bills, pay down debt, or save for retirement. With philsgang.com, we help you make that extra income in the stock market. For over 15 years, Phil Grandy and the philsgang.com team have helped folks who are interested in learning short-term and long-term investing by providing professional-level charting skills and strategies. philsgang.com is your number one source to learn, invest, and profit in the stock market. And you can do this for only $39.95 a month. With philsgang.com, you learn how to invest in the market. You get daily investment coaching guidance, and you will learn to invest and trade with the skills and confidence of the pros. Just log on and get daily investment instructions and make profits. Plus, all philsgang.com material is archived for your convenience. Go to philsgang.com to join or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Call today.
You're listening to The Phil's Gang Show with Phil Grandy. Be sure to check out the all-new Phil's Gang website at philsgang.com.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. We're talking about Perez, the worst choice ever for the DNC. They don't get it. Unions, unlike in the 40s and the 50s when they were terrific, because they could make sure, as I said, some guy in high school, he quits high school, he could make a living. He could make a living. But remember, the union leaders became embezzlers. They became extortionists. And despite, if you expel them, You arrested them, you indicted them, you convicted them. It didn't matter. The corruption remained. The corruption unions were so deeply embedded. It was unbelievable. And they did nothing for the hard-working, the guy who's paying the dues. The dues-paying worker got screwed. And they take this guy, Perez, with that same mentality and put him in charge of the DNC. Are you nuts? Sure, unions were a great thing. But remember, that's why, you know that unions really were the reason behind the growth of technology? It was technology that put the nail in the coffin. Really, that was one of the reasons they developed technology so quickly. They wanted to get away from workers, the unions. Of course, they shipped everything overseas. So this is unbelievable. All right, let's take a look at the stock market, what's going on in the market. The market's just holding off today. And the stock market, we're talking about what is going to happen. Well, Trump, starting in March, right around March 15th, they're going to have to raise the debt ceiling. Trump's going to have big trouble trying to raise that debt ceiling. One of the biggest problems he's going to have, he needs $1 trillion for his roads. He needs $50 billion for his military expansion. All good things, all good ideas, good ideas. But he's going to run across the people in politics, the people across the aisle, the Democrats and Republicans alike, who are going to just hate him, and they're not going to let him, raise that debt ceiling. And the other problem he's got is Obamacare. He's got to get rid of that before he can put in a tax cut plan. So you're talking a year and a half. They're not going to have patience for a year and a half. So people are going to be disappointed, and soon the market is going to start correcting. And this is going to be a good thing. It's going to be a good thing. We need the market to correct. It's such a bubble. But the beautiful thing about the correction this time, when it corrects, I don't think Trump is going to go back in and go to the Federal Reserve and tell them, hey, listen, let's create a fake market again. Let's front load the stock market just so a handful of rich people can get even richer and the CEOs can get really rich. I don't think he's going to allow that. I think he's going to do one of two things. He's either going to make stock buybacks illegal, which they were until the 1980s when Reagan made them legal, or he's going to say, look, you're going to need, for every dollar you print, you're going to need $1 of gold. He understands all this. The biggest thing that he does understand, and they're not talking about it much, is the problem that we have with retirement. If his plans don't work, it's going to be a real burden on retirees. Retirees, people who are getting ready to retire, if you're from 32 to 61 years old, you know the average person from 32 to 61 has just $5,000 in retirement? Let me repeat that. We have 147 million workers. Think about it. The majority of those workers with these 401ks, which have failed, ages 32 to 61, have just $5,000 put away for retirement. Over 78% of those retiring today are retiring worse off, worse shape than parents who remembered the Depression. Remember, the parents of the baby boomers sacrificed. They would never refinance their home. And they always knew when you retire, you had to retire all of your debt. That's not going on today. Not going on today. But the reason that the parents of the baby boomers did so well and had such a better retirement than the boomers, their kids, because they would never refinance. They worked. They never went on vacation. My parents, I will never forget, and you don't see this today anymore, I would never forget the day they had with their neighbors a party, and all the neighbors were happy. Anytime a neighbor paid off the mortgage in my neighborhood, they'd have a party. In those days, they'd have you burn your trash in a barrel. We didn't have the EPA back then. You burn your trash in a barrel. They all get around the barrel and they'd have beer and they'd celebrate. And everybody was happy for the person who paid off their mortgage. It was a big deal. It's all my parents. They wouldn't go on vacation. They wouldn't buy anything. And that's how they were. Because they grew up under, remembering the Depression. Like we remember 9/11. They remember the Depression. So they were scared to refinance their home. But not the baby boomer. See, the problem when you have debt, it contributes to your fixed expenses, what I'm trying to say, in retirement. The more you have, the less room you have for variable expenses, such as entertainment and travel. See, the 401k has failed. It's done nothing. It's a scam. It's always been a scam. It was never a retirement tool. That's why I beg you every day to join my gang. Every day I tell you to be independent. Take care of yourself. I can show you when to buy stocks. I had the best educational format in the country. I have the best charts in the country. And I got one chart designed for people who just say, I don't have any time to do anything. I don't have time. Well, I've got the chart for you. It tells you when to buy and when to sell. See, they thought when they were going to retire, remember, it was Baby Bush who said, keep going spend, keep refinancing your house. Go refinance your house. Because the day you retire, you can sell your house for a fortune. Remember that? In fact, if you were at a party, you were embarrassed to say that you didn't refinance your house. It was a badge of honor if you refinanced your house. Over 68.3% of the baby boomer parents, 68.3% of the baby boomers' parents had their homes debt-free. Almost 70% of a baby boomer's parent, like my parents, they were debt-free when they retired. They didn't owe anything on their home, not a thing on their home. 70%. Do you know what it is today for the baby boomer? Less than 14%. Less than 14% have homes that have no mortgage. Are you kidding? The percentage of homeowners ages 65 and older with mortgage debt increased from 22%, increased by 22 to 38% from just 2001 to 2011. Can you imagine? Among homeowners 75 and older, the rate more than doubled. The median mortgage debt for seniors increased 82%. Seniors, from $43,000 to $79,000. You can thank Bush for all this. Unbelievable. Worse, not only is their mortgage debt is threatening retirement today and the security of millions of baby boomers because they're carrying more debt than ever. Besides the mortgage, they got credit card debt, student loan debt. Are you kidding? All kinds of debt. They had an increase of $61 trillion in debt. The number of Americans classified as either poor or low income under Obama has increased, under Obama and Bush, increased by 48% or by 145 million. That's a 2-decade high. 35% of Americans are behind on their debt payment at least 180 days. Credit card delinquencies haven't hit this high since 2012, and subprime auto debt hit a record 28% delinquency, the highest since 2009, and 40% of all students are delinquent on their student loans. So how do you get out of this? How do you get out of this? When you come back, I'll tell you. Don't miss it. 43 past the hour and Phil's Greg. How do you get out of debt? Next.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. philsgang.com. What are people saying?
Hi, this is Ron from Washington State, and I subscribe to the Phil's Gang MV2, and I just wanted to let Phil know that right after the election, I made a $7,000 profit using the MV2 on Wells Fargo stock.
Complete guidance and professional education for investors who want to succeed in the stock market.
I've been in the financial business myself about 24 years and very much enjoy the software program for the charts.
I've been a long-time Phil subscriber, and I just want to recommend it to anybody out there. I think it's a wonderful tool and works very, very well.
Don't wait. For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
If you're looking to make extra income, if you're looking to pay off bills and plan for your retirement, then check out philsgang.com. Philsgang.com is an online educational service that informs you, coaches you, and guides you on how to invest in the stock market. Get daily advice to buy stocks, short stocks, and learn when to get out of your positions. Philsgang.com provides daily webinars, alerts, educational tutorials, and all material is archived. For more information, go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. We're offering the most powerful stock charts available on the market. The Max Vest 1000 charts. Now, the difference between these charts and all the other charts is this follows the money. Yes, it gives you a buy-sell signal. I know you're going to say, well, they all do. No, not true. The difference with the Max Vest is they follow the important money. The hedge funds, the biggest banks, the 401ks, the pension fund managers. That's the big difference. They're not following the emotion. That's what most charts do. They follow the money. That's what MaxVest does, follows the money. Check it out. Join my gang, philsgang.com. Oh, and the chart is low as $19.95 a month. For more information, just go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-GANG. We will see you on the charts.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-4264, 877-600-4264, 877-600-4264.
As a mother, you don't want to have to worry about this bill is coming, but then she needs this chemo. That's a decision you shouldn't have to make.
At St. Jude, a family never sees a bill at all. It's like the world has been lifted off of your shoulders.
The treatment doesn't get any better than what you receive at St. Jude. It saved my life. It saved my daughter's life. It saved our family.
St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Finding cures, saving children. Learn more at stjude.org.
philsgang.com. What are people saying?
I've been in the financial business myself about 24 years. Very much enjoy the software program for the charts.
I love the new MV charts on Phil's software, and I'm making profits using them.
Complete guidance and professional education for investors who want to succeed in the stock market.
I love your new MV1, making lots of profits.
I love the chart. I'm limited with time. Real good as far as just looking at whatever ticker tells me right away.
I've always enjoyed Phil's straightforwardness and talk about what's really going on.
The new MV1 and MV2 charting software. I particularly like the pre- and post-market candlesticks.
You guys have always been great on the service side. I can't say enough about the service side.
Don't wait. Sign up for Phil's Gang today. Give us a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264.
Money, 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 can you use?
Welcome back. Are you ready to make profits in the stock market? Why not check out philsgang.com or give us a call, 877-600-4264.
Well, I've been watching Nancy's statements, and I think she's incompetent, actually. If you look at what's going on with the Democrats and the party, it's getting smaller and smaller. She's done a terrible job.
Trump on Pelosi. Look, in the end, we got to help ourselves. It's up to us. It's up to us. We got to take care of our families. We got to take care of ourselves. We can't depend on Trump. We can't depend on anybody. And Trump's a great guy. I love the guy. You got at the end of the day, you take care of yourself. When you try to depend on the 401k, you got screwed, didn't you? Because they lied to you. All the 401k was a false sense of security. They lured you in like they did with the health care plan. Oh, you can keep your doctor. Oh, premiums are going to go down. 401k, oh, you're going to work, you're going to be able to retire. It never worked, the 401k, because the fees were too high, and the 401k plan was nothing more than a tax code, and they stuffed in it a mutual fund. The 401k was for one reason only, to take a very baby industry, a tiny industry, the mutual fund industry, and to grow it into a monster. One of the worst criminal operations there are is 401ks. That's what 401k was all about. It was a small cottage industry. And when pensions were gone, because again, going back to the unions, and unions wanted more and more and more, and they couldn't compete. with other companies. Our companies here in this country, we had to ship our jobs overseas. So the pensions were a wonderful thing. The pensions were the greatest thing in the world because the pensions, it was a great deal between the worker and the employer, because the workers and the employer, they're bound together. The employer said, look, I'm going to take care of your retirement. You don't have to worry. You just give me the best product. Produce the best product, the cheapest you can, a quality product we're proud of, and don't you worry about your retirement. I'm going to bring in here a money manager, a pension fund manager, the best in the country, and he's going to manage our money for us. And when you're ready to retire, you haven't got to worry. But your job is to make sure that this company has the best product and that we can compete and keep pricing down. And they did. It was beautiful. Beautiful thing. Pensions were beautiful, but it all got screwed up because of the unions. All screwed up. So finally, no more pensions either. So when it comes down to it, you really think Social Security, you're going to depend on Social Security? You know, Trump's got a real problem. If he says he's not going to cut entitlements, do you realize the problem? He's going to cut taxes, but he's not going to cut entitlements because he's betting that he can grow this country. He can grow the economy fast enough. He can go from 1.5% to 3.5% to 4% because he's relying on these CEOs not to buy their own stock back. He's relying on these CEOs to stop doing that. He's relying on the CEOs with a cut that he's going to give them taxes, the cuts in the regulations. They're going to get back to business. They're going to get back to business running their companies, not just making money for themselves and for the CEOs, for Warren Buffett, the bankers, that they're going to get back to business. I wouldn't trust them. I wouldn't trust them at all, and Trump shouldn't either. I mean, think about it. More people are living longer. Take entitlements, Social Security, Medicare, etc., all of it. It's over 21% of our federal budget, and they're predicting in less than 8 years, 50%. So again, the false sense of security was when you were a baby boomer, go out and refinance your home. By the time you're ready to retire, you can sell your home, have enough money to go buy a retirement home and pay cash for it, and you got your 401k, it's going to be chock full of money. Oh, really? Not when they took all the money from you in fees. Unbelievable. So what do you got to do? What's the answer? What's the answer? Oh, the experts. I love the planners. They sit down with you, right? Here you're ready to retire. You're ready for the golden years. And your planner sits down, your money manager, and you think you're going to travel around the world. And finally you're going to have a great time. You're going to finally live after working all these years. And the first thing they tell you to do, reduce your expenses. What? Reduce your expenses? Are you nuts? I'm retired. I'm going to go travel. Really? That's not going to work. You need more cash flow because you got to pay it towards your debt. You can't travel. The most traveling you're going to do is from the bathroom to your bedroom. That's it. The dream of traveling, I'm sorry, is gone forever. That's not a dream anymore. Then the next thing they tell you, oh, you're retired. Everybody applauds, gives you gold. Then next thing you say, well, now you got to pay off your credit cards. That's the first thing you should do, pay off your credit cards. So wait a minute, I just retired. You're telling me I can't travel anymore. I got to cut my expenses. Now you're telling me I got to pay my credit cards off. The average credit card debt for somebody retired is $20,000. They got 5 credit cards. Are you kidding? So now, where you're going to travel, here's your money manager, your planner is going to give you your travel plan from your house to bagging groceries at your local big chain store. That's your travel plans. Can you imagine you work all your life and then you go and you're bagging groceries and your friend comes through the line and sees you. Your friend sees you. You talk about the thrill of victory, retirement, to bagging groceries. Wow, that's the agony of defeat. You don't deserve that. Then they tell you, okay, you're not going to travel anymore. You're going to reduce your expenses. You're going to go down and get a job at the local grocery store. And now I want you to pay down your mortgage faster as well. How am I going to do that? Oh, well, you got 2 cars. Just get rid of one. You should be a 1-car family. Get rid of your golf clubs. You're not going to golf anymore. Oh, Starbucks, that's gone. Are you kidding? Then the final advice, well, maybe you should put off retiring. If anybody's going to retire, you got to do all those. That's not retiring. That is a terrible thing. It's like being in jail. So what do? You got to become independent. And if you're between 32 years old and you're 42 years old, now's the time. Your peak years, you got to become independent. You got to become independent. And the stock market is the best place in the world if you know what you're doing. That's the problem. You don't know what you're doing. They throw you in these 401ks and they sell you this bill of goods. It's nothing but a lie. All you got to know, the stock market's a wonderful place. Why? Because it's so full of liquid. You can push a little mouse and you can buy a stock, and seconds later you can push that mouse and sell it. The wonderful thing about the stock market, it's rigged to go up. It's always rigged to go up. The stock market is rigged to go up 72, 73% of the time. Imagine that. So how do you lose money? Because you don't know when to get out. Look, join my gang. Try it. We'll introduce you to a way that you can create wealth. And when you are retired, you don't have to go in and work at a grocery store. You know why you got to work at a grocery store and work part-time? Because of the fees they take from you. The fees in the 401k, they're stealing. They're embezzlers. 1% fee takes 30% of your money. Do you know that most fees are 3%? Figure just 2%. It's 60% of your money gone. And that's why there's a retirement crisis. And the fact that Baby Bush led you to believe that you could always flip your house, sell your house when you're ready to retire and make a fortune. I want to wish a very happy birthday to Marta. She is now 28 years old. That's all right, Marta. You'll always be young to me. All right. And a very happy birthday. I had a good birthday last week. I'm 39 now. Just 39. Let me tell you. The thrill of it. The one thing that age gives you is experience. Believe me, I'd rather be young. I'd rather be young and dumb, okay, than old with experience. But I can pass some of this experience to you. I'm not a smart guy. I never went to Harvard, never finished high school, not proud of it, wish I did. The market's not hard. What hard is maneuvering your way around the BS that is put out in front of you every day on TV, all these financial shows, all these planners, all these programs. There's only one program. You know when to buy a stock and you know when to sell it. And I developed a technology that tells you to do both. And just try it for 4 weeks. Here's the number, 877-600-GANG, 877-600-GANG. Invest $39.95 in yourself. In yourself. That's what you're doing, $39.95 in yourself. I'm reaching out to you, and if you make money, I want you to reach back St. Jude. Try it. Try it for 4 weeks. 877-600-GANG. It's only $39.95, and you can create wealth and work towards retirement. We'll see you on the chart.
You have been listening to Phil's Gang with your host, Phil Grandy, on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Remember to visit Phil's website at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or call the office, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
It's up to me to make my dreams.
Here comes a new president, new beginnings, and new hopes, which can also bring volatile times. Many investors get spooked and begin to question